Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover Lux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso I, assalamu alaikum, chest, yakshi mash, and good day mate, because I got my Australian rugby top on. I hope you're all well. So this is the third part, the final part in this little mini-series on the Hoover Portable. It has now been polished, cleaned, and is ready for a demo. It's got a brand new bag on the inside, which you saw in the previous video, which is a HEPA flow bag, and that's hasn't been used. So what we're going to do is when we finish the demo, we'll take a look inside the HEPA bag, and we'll see how much it's actually picked up in just one demo. So I'm going to get you guys a little bit closer, and I need to explain something about this vacuum. So I've brought you a little bit closer now so you can see. The issue that I do have is with this flow head. The connection to it, even though I've tried it, is extremely loose and will, well, I don't think it'll break, but I don't want to test that theory. But it's going to lose a heck of a lot of suction because of it. So I'm not going to use that one. I am going to use this one, which I know does work. It is a smaller head by about 4 or 5 centimeters, but this one still has a very good suction to the floor head, so I know it's going to work really well. So this is the one that I'm going to use to actually do the vacuuming with. So let's get this all set up, let's get the camera set up, and let's do a full house demo clean. So there we go, I have got you attached to the top of the Hoover Portable, and let's get vacuuming. So far it seems to be doing a pretty good job. The only thing is that I can see why this may not have taken off is because even though this is designed as a suitcase to put away, you still have to lug the suitcase around to do the vacuuming, and it's rather heavy, and the cord on it, the hose on it isn't super long, but I will persevere and continue. So the air blowing out of it is warm, but it's not hot. The next thing I need to do now, because I've done all the carpets up on the top floor. Oh God, it's hot. What I'm going to do now is to use the dusting tools. Let's try the other side. So I can see how it didn't prove maybe possibly very popular because it's quite a bulky thing to lug around. Well, it is definitely a bit of a beast to pull around, but I have to say it's done a good job. And I've done the dusting. I didn't bother changing the brush for the upholstery brush because this is in such good condition. It's not going to wreck anything. It's lovely and soft, natural bristles. But yeah, it's rather bulky to lug around. So I can say it's pretty good. It's got really good suction on it. That is one thing going for it. The suction is very good, especially now with the improved filters and bag. So let's carry on the next floor. Someone had suggested to me about how it would work using a turbo brush. So let's have a look. Well, it does have enough power to drive it. It's not super fast in the least, but it does actually drive it. So let's see how it would work on the stairs. Let's give it a go. Okay, so it does work on it. I wouldn't say it works perfectly, but it does work. Still think the best thing would be to use this on the stairs. The rubber teeth on it are still in very, very good condition, so it's still doing a very good job. But apart from light dusting, I wouldn't say it is the best for it. Right, I'm just going to pop the brush away, and we're going to continue vacuuming. did a good job of the dusting. there we go, my little aspiradoritas. That was brilliant. I really have to say, it was hard work. It's definitely a lot harder to use than, let's say for example, my, you know, like a Felix or the Mila. It was definitely a lot harder to push around, because even though, yes, this does fold down lovely and neat and tidy, at the end of the day, you still have to lug around a suitcase. I'm glad that I used this head instead of this one. I didn't want to damage it. It would have made it a bit easier because it's bigger, but still, I absolutely have enjoyed using this. And it's weird because it's got the sound and the smell of a old Constellation. So if you have an old Constellation and you switch it on, it kind of like has that vintagey kind of smell. I don't know how to describe it. And that's what this one has as well. It has that really, really nice vintage smell to it. So I'm just going to wind up the cord. Now that I've done the unboxing and the light restoration on it, and now the full house demo, it's time to put this away for another day. Would have been nice to have had the one with the cord rewind, but never mind. It's still... I haven't seen a green one. I genuinely have not seen a green one. I've only ever seen the orange and brown. So the last thing I want to do, actually, silly me, is let's have a look and see what's been picked up in the bag, and if there has been any leakage into the vacuum. So let me open up the door. Let's take a look. Ah, yes, there has. There has been a little bit of leakage, I can see. Looks like it's moved ever so slightly. Let me lift up the latch. Yeah, I can see some of the dust that's escaped. Okay. This is the bag. I don't know if you can see inside the bag. Hang on a second, let me get my, hang on a second, I've got my bright torch here. So if I hold this up to the lens and then shine the light into the bag, you will be able to see what the inside of that bag looks like, because it's definitely picked up a lot of stuff. But unfortunately it has leaked, as you can see. And you can see in here as well. There's dust leakage here, and there's a little bit of dust leakage on the inside. So it's a bit gutting, because it's, I possibly should have checked it, but it's still done a very, very good job. The suction on it is really good for its age. Really, really good. Let me just give this a bit of a wipe out with the... Now this is why I wish Dyson would have an on button, so I could just leave it on, because I need two hands. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. we go, it's done its job. I'm just going to wipe over the bag very quickly. So what I do is with a piece of Velcro, when I need two hands, I will cheat. Because sometimes I need both hands with what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pop the bag into this. And I have put the rubber stopper thing on it, stop any more dust escaping from it. So there we go, lessons learned. I must remember next time, make sure that the seal on it is better. Perhaps somebody could give me a tip, maybe. But I'll do some more demos with this. But not just yet. There we go, that seems to have shrunk a little. Right, let's close the suitcase lid. No, hang on a sec. Okay, I don't think I was folding it up right, but there we go, that seems to work better. Let's wind you down. So am I glad that I got this Hoover portable? Absolutely, I think it's wonderful. I absolutely love it. I don't know why it wouldn't have taken off, apart from the fact that it's not exactly a small thing that you're lugging around. So it's kind of designed to hide away, but hiding away a vacuum isn't really that much of an issue. Hiding away a huge suitcase and then having to lug the suitcase around with you whilst you're vacuuming, it's kind of big, it's very square, and I think that didn't really help it, to be honest. I did find it caught on things. I didn't find the hose long enough, and it was just a big clunky box to be lugging around, so I think it was more of like a gimmick, really. But I am very, very glad to have this one in my collection now that it's all restored and cleaned up and looking very, very good. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos on this. I'd like to thank you all again for the 1,000 subscribers, because, well, it's because of you guys that you know, I'm doing these videos, so I'm glad you appreciate them, and I do love your comments and everything. I think it's fantastic, and I've met some, you know, been in touch with so many nice people. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to say thank you very much, and please comment, like, and subscribe below, and I will see you all for the next video very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.